Hello, it's an honor to be standing here today. My name is Karina, and I want to take time to identify myself a little bit. I'm a woman, I'm deaf, and I'm many other things. And within that list, I'm also a pacifist, or the dirty P word. And it took me a long time to admit to myself that I was a pacifist. I'll talk about that later, and before I dive into pacifism, I want to talk about war. Just to let you know, I couldn't find the right sign for pacifism, so I'm going to fingerspell it throughout the TED Talk. So war, that word, when you envision it, you think of heroes on the battlefield, dying, soldiers, and camouflage. Every day, Americans sign up to serve our country. The U.S. Army advertises on national television. I know you've seen it. On my Facebook news feed, I scroll through and you see honor our heroes. By the click of the button, you can sign up and honor our flag. Last week, I read an article that left a tear in my eye of a soldier coming back to his dog. As Americans, we're proud of our patriotism. War is ingrained in American society, and in school, we're taught to look up to our soldiers for their heroic acts. Patriotism is ingrained within war, and in my head, I couldn't separate one from the other. And I caught myself thinking to myself, you can't be a pacifist and be a true American patriot. Patriotism, you needed to support war. And it took me a long time to realize that no, you can be a pacifist and a patriot. You can. So I want you to think of something simple. Keep it in the back of your mind. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see the word pacifist? The first thing that shows up. Now keep that to yourself for a second, because I asked that same question people throughout campus. What does pacifist look like to you? And I got 3 common answers. 1, a Quaker, okay, a hippie, and then I got someone weird. So many modern day pacifists like myself, we don't identify as a Quaker. We're not Quakers. We're often not hippies. I mean, maybe I'm a little weird, I'll admit that, but the 2 most common answers, most modern pacifists don't even identify with. And on top of that, if you go into Google Images and you search pacifism, so you see someone and you see the text that says, pacifist is someone with a nutty idea, or someone with something bad. Or you even see a pacifism or crybabies. Where does that leave us? That's the negative attitude and perspective that represents us. I really mean it when I say it took me a long time to identify as a pacifist, and I want to talk about that. Why was I so uneasy? Why did I have to give myself pep talks like, you can do it, and then be like, I'm a pacifist? Why did it take that? So one blessing social media has is I was able to reach out to other pacifists and talk and engage in this dialogue. And one thing that we came up with that modern day pacifists are so uneasy to identify is because of how people respond, the assumptions that people already have. I mean, I have friends that are in the military, and I remember I told someone that I was a pacifist, and that person responded with, how can you betray your friends in the military? And I didn't know what to say. I mean, that's how people respond. And like I said with Google Images, you go in and that's what you see. I mean, that is what we're dealing with. That is why people who are pacifists can't identify confidently. And honestly, I think the real problem is the fact that modern day pacifists are so uneasy to identify. We should be able to be confident when we say that. We're all so uneasy to come out.